Quick question before we start. Have you ever studied English for months and still felt like you couldn't say one sentence when you needed it? If your answer is yes, you are in the right place. Because my friend Sarah, who is sitting right here, couldn't speak a single sentence in English 18 months ago.
That's completely true. I used to freeze whenever someone spoke English to me. My mind just went blank.
And today? Tell them, Sarah.
Today, I speak English every single day. At work, with friends, even in my dreams.
And in this episode, we are going to show you exactly how she did it. Stay with us. Welcome to English Unlocked, the podcast where real people share real stories about learning English. I'm Jawad, and this is Sarah, our incredible co-host. Sarah, in one sentence, who are you?
I'm Sarah, a regular person who fell in love with English and never looked back.
Perfect. And today's topic is something every English learner needs. Something so simple, but so powerful. We are talking about how to introduce yourself in English. Not the boring textbook way, the real, natural way. Let's go. Sarah, let's start with the most basic question. The one that terrifies so many learners. Someone walks up to you and says, "Tell me about yourself." What do you say first?
Oh, this used to be my nightmare. I would panic completely. My heart would beat so fast, and I would say something like, my name is, Sarah? It was terrible.
And why do you think that happened?
Because I was trying to translate from my language to English, word by word, and it never worked.
Exactly. That's the number one mistake. Translating in your head first. So what's the fix? You prepare your introduction like a script. Not to memorize it, but to make it feel natural. Let me show you. Sarah, introduce yourself right now, like you would to a new friend.
Sure. Hi, my name is Sarah, but you can call me Sari. It's easier. I'm from Morocco, a beautiful country in North Africa. And I currently live in Casablanca, which is a big and very busy city.
Perfect. Did you notice what she did? 3 things only. Her name and a friendly version of it. Where she is from, where she lives now. Simple, clear, natural. Now, let's break it down. For your name, you say, "My name is," formal. Or, "I'm," casual and friendly. Sarah, which one feels more natural in a conversation?
Definitely I'm. It sounds more relaxed and friendly. My name is sounds a bit formal, like you're in an interview.
Great point. Use "my name is" in job interviews or formal situations. Use "I'm" with friends, classmates, new people you meet. Now, where are you from? You can say, "I'm from." Simple and direct. Or, "I come from." Also correct. Or, "I'm originally from." This one is great when you live somewhere different now. For example, "I'm originally from Brazil, but I now live in Canada." Sarah, can you use that structure?
Of course. I'm originally from a small town in Morocco, but I now live in Casablanca.
Beautiful. Natural. Perfect. Now, listener, pause this podcast right now and say your name and where you're from out loud. Don't be shy. No one is watching. Just say it. 5 seconds pause. Done. Amazing. That's your first step. Now, the question everyone asks after they know your name. What do you do? Sarah, this one used to confuse you, right?
Oh, yes. So much. Because in my language, we say it completely differently. And when someone asked me this in English, I would just say, I work, and stop there. Just, I work. Nothing else.
I work. That's it? Okay, so let's fix that. What do you do means, what is your job or occupation? The basic answer is, I'm a plus your job. For example, I'm a teacher. I'm a student. I'm a doctor. But here's what makes it more interesting. You add one detail about your job. Just one. Sarah, what do you do?
I'm a graphic designer. I create logos and visual content for small businesses.
See how that works? I'm a graphic designer. The job. I create logos and visual content for small businesses. One detail. Now people know who you are and what you actually do. It opens the conversation naturally. Someone might say, "Oh, interesting. What kind of businesses?" And suddenly, you have a real conversation. Now, what if you're a student? Sarah, how would you say that?
I'm a student. I study business management at the University of Casablanca. It's my second year.
Perfect structure. What you study, where, what year. 3 pieces of information. 1 natural sentence. Now, listener, what do you do? Practice this right now. I'm a, and add 1 detail. Say it out loud. Write it in the comments below. We read every single one. Here's where most English learners make the biggest mistake. They stop at name and job, and the conversation dies. You know that awkward silence when you don't know what to say next? Sarah, you know that feeling.
Oh, painfully well. I would say my name and my job, and then just smile awkwardly, waiting for the other person to talk. It was so uncomfortable.
The solution is what I call the personality bridge. You share one thing about yourself that shows your personality. Not your job, your personality. Something you love, something you hate, something interesting about you. Because here's the truth. People don't remember your job title. They remember how you made them feel. And sharing something personal makes people feel connected to you. Sarah, give us an example.
Okay, so instead of just saying, I'm a graphic designer, I say, I'm a graphic designer, and honestly, I'm obsessed with colors. I can spend hours choosing the perfect shade of blue. People always laugh at that, and then they want to talk more.
See what happened there? She showed her passion. She was specific, the perfect shade of blue, and she was a little funny, obsessed. People love that. Here are some phrases you can use to show your personality. I'm really passionate about. I'm obsessed with. I absolutely love. One thing people don't know about me is I'm the kind of person who... Sarah, use that last one. I'm the kind of person who can't start the day without coffee and a good podcast. That tells you so much about her personality in one sentence. Listener, finish this sentence. I'm the kind of person who... Say it out loud right now. That sentence is gold. Use it every time you introduce yourself. Now, this is the advanced level. And this is what separates an okay introduction from an unforgettable one. It's telling a tiny piece of your story. Sarah, tell them your story. In English. Right now.
Okay, deep breath. So, I grew up in a very small town. We didn't have many opportunities there. But I always had this dream of speaking English fluently, of connecting with people from all over the world. For a long time, I thought that dream was too big for someone like me. But here I am, speaking English on a podcast that people from around the world are listening to. And honestly, I still can't believe it sometimes.
That, right there, is what a real introduction sounds like. It has where she came from, her dream, her struggle, her transformation. And when she said, "I still can't believe it sometimes," I promise every single listener felt something. Because that's real. That's human. You don't need a perfect life story. You just need one honest moment. One real sentence about where you were and where you are now. Listener, what's your one sentence? Think about it. Write it in the comments. We want to hear your story. Last key, and this one is crucial. How do you end your introduction? Most people just stop talking. Awkwardly. And then the silence comes back. Sarah, what used to happen to you?
I would finish talking and then just look at the person, waiting for them to say something. And sometimes they didn't know what to say either. So we both just stood there. It was a disaster.
The solution is simple. End with a question. You give your introduction, and then you immediately ask them something. This does two things. One, it shows you're interested in them. Two, it keeps the conversation going naturally. Here are the best questions to end with. What about you? Where are you from? How about you? What do you do? And you, what brought you here today? I'd love to know more about you. What are you passionate about? Sarah, put it all together. Full introduction, ending with a question.
Okay, here we go. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm originally from Morocco, but I now live in Casablanca. I'm a graphic designer. I create visual content for small businesses. And honestly, I'm obsessed with colors. I'm the kind of person who can spend 3 hours choosing a font. I started learning English about 2 years ago, and it completely changed my life. I can now connect with people from everywhere, which is something I only dreamed about before. And I'd love to know, what about you? What's your story?
Pause. Did you feel that? That was a complete, natural, beautiful introduction. Let's break down what she did. Name: I'm Sarah. Where from? Originally from Morocco. What she does? Graphic designer. Personality: obsessed with colors. Her story: it changed my life. Ended with a question: what's your story? 6 elements. One natural conversation. And listener, you can do this too. Right now, practice your full introduction. Use all 5 keys we talked about today. Say it out loud, to yourself, to a friend, to your mirror. It doesn't matter. Just say it.
Sarah, final question. The person listening to us right now, they're somewhere in the world. Maybe in their room, maybe on the bus. Maybe they've been trying to learn English for years and still feel stuck. What do you want to say to them?
I want to say that I was you. Exactly you. scared, frustrated, doubting myself, thinking maybe English just wasn't for me, thinking maybe I started too late, thinking maybe I'm not smart enough. And I want to tell you, none of that is true. You are not too late. You are not too old. You are not too anything. The only thing standing between you and the English you dream of is the decision to start. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Right now. After this podcast.
You just heard 5 keys today. Your name and where you're from. What you do with one detail. Your personality. One real thing about you. Your story. One honest moment. End with a question. Always. These 5 keys will transform how you introduce yourself. In English. Forever. Now, here's your challenge. Go to the comments right now and write your introduction. Use as many of the 5 keys as you can. We read every single comment. We respond to every single one. Because your story matters to us. And if this episode helped you, share it with one person who is learning English right now. One person. That's all. Because you might just change their life. The way Sarah changed hers. Subscribe to English Unlocked. Because every week, we bring you real conversations, real stories, and real keys to unlock your English. Thank you, Sarah, for your honesty and your courage today.
Thank you for having me. And thank you to everyone listening. You've got this. I promise.
We'll see you in the next episode. Keep going. You are closer than you think.